Hi guys, it's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am back with, you guessed it, a light workers reading for the month of August. And this video will be called The Guiding Light. And I told you guys a few videos ago that I would start posting about our mission, about the 144,000 light workers that are being called to action. That also involves the Twin Flame Collective as well, because a lot of us that are involved in the Twin Flame journey is also being called to this huge mission that's upon us real soon. And so what I wanted to do, I wanted to reach out to you guys and offer some guidance, offer some advice, me being a light worker, crystal indigo, among many gifts, healer. I have all 7 clairs, sound healing. There's a lot of gifts that I have, and that more are developing as I continue to trust and allow divine to support me and take full control, because I give divine full control over my journey. I don't want to make any mistakes. I would rather surrender my free will if it's going to mean for the better good of myself and for my future and what's to come. So today I'm using the Lightworker Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, and this it's just a beautiful deck to use, especially like if you are really into trying to figure out what is your gifts, what is your calling, what is your life path and purpose. So I pull cards for you guys specifically, and I want you to write this information down. I'm going to read it to you as well, but I want you to write the information down, because this is very important for you to understand where you come from, who you are, and where you're headed. Okay? Because I know a lot of people are like, I just really don't know my purpose, or they feel like they went to school for one thing, and like after years of education and degrees, it's like it does not fulfill them, and it's because like they have this big, or this urge, or this sense deep down that they're called to do something big or something greater. And so I'm going to enlighten you guys on a few things, so that way like you understand like your path, your purpose, your calling, etc. So for the first card that came out, see that? Third ray of creative intelligence. Third ray of creative intelligence. Okay. That's number 3. This is the universal year of 3. So look into that information. I also want you to look into the Twin Flame First Wave. Google that and see what information you come up with. And let me know in the comment section. Okay. So let's start. I have to turn my light on because the words are so small. Give me 1 second while I turn my light on. Okay. Third ray of creative intelligence. The third ray of creative intelligence brings the gift of practical spirituality and develops the talents for grounding inspired creativity into the world. It empowers your manifestation. This ray brings many gifts. And it's not a coincidence that I started the video talking about my gifts, right? This ray brings many gifts, including new ideas and the practical support needed to bring them to life. The ability to organize, make connections and networks, and synthesize information from various sources into one coherent whole. Archangel Chamuel helps you receive this gift from the universe with love and intelligence. It says also, as a side note, you must believe in your capability and competence, your confidence and practical, down to earth common sense, even if these are not always your strongest qualities. If you doubt your ability to achieve all that you dream of, remember that sometimes the universe puts dreams in our hearts to help us develop strengths that are dormant within us. This can bring to life a whole slew of abilities and talents we didn't know we had. We are given nudges in life to discover what we are made of, which can be so much more than we might have initially believed. Again, I'll say your cards are your cards, whether it's a tarot deck or an oracle deck. And again, that card was the third way of creative intelligence, number 3. The next card that came out, Merkaba, Spiritual Protection. This card comes out a lot. So, personally myself, I want to dig into this card a lot more. So for my next reading or video that I post regarding the light workers, I'm going to have a more in-depth understanding of Merkaba, Spiritual Protection. That's number 25. Okay, let me find it for you. Almost, guys, almost there. Okay. Merkaba, Spiritual Protection. Being open to receive is a way to give empowerment, strength, and all manner of assistance. To enhance receptivity, it can helpful to declutter and cleanse your energy field. This allows for that which is not rightfully yours to be shed. So they mean, like, when you know how you're an empath or a light worker, how you take on others' emotions, like that could be something that they're talking about. Sometimes this will include the disowned thoughts and feelings of others. When you release these thoughts and feelings, a spaciousness will grow within you. Then you can then receive more of what is rightfully meant to be for you. Your divine good in all ways. It says, an open, sensitive person can easily become energetically overloaded from physical pain to emotional and psychological tension. An overload does not feel good. You may even feel like you are carrying others on your back or in your head. The added weight can drag your naturally light vibration down into anguish, doubt, fear, or despair. Your inner vision, too, may be obscured by the overload. That can make it hard to discern what is yours and what belongs to another. So basically, with us being light workers, you really have to get into the habit of grounding, shielding yourself. What works for me is that, I carry crystals. So I have them all over me, like one in each, bra pad, one in each pocket, my bracelets, and my amethyst necklace. I'm a healer, so amethyst is really good for healers. And what you have to do is really make sure you have the crystals that work well and resonate with you when it comes to, like, keeping away psychic attacks or negative energy, and you'll see the difference. So you really got to get into your crystals, especially being, a light worker, because the crystals are part of the earth. So it will mesh well with you. And then the energies, you have to really tell yourself out the blue when you're getting stressed out or just like something just takes over you. You have to say, okay, are these my emotions or do they belong to someone else? Because it doesn't matter. The person doesn't even have to be right in front of you. It could be at a distance. And you have to train yourself to be able to send that energy back where it came from. Okay? If you want to learn how to do that, you can write me in the comment section or write me in, from my email. Like, my email is in the description box. And I can give you some tools or tips on how to shield your energetic field, okay? The next card that came out, First Ray of Power, number 1. First Ray of Power, number 1. So let's see what they're talking about. This is really interesting. Like, I really, really, really love this book. Shout out to Alana Fairchild for just being such a beautiful person and creating this information for us. So it says, the first ray of power. The first ray of power is energy of conscious destruction. It can be used in a healthy way to eliminate the past and allow for a fresh start. The first ray also carries the frequency of leadership. It can assist you to stand in the truth of your light so others can find their way by it. It helps to strengthen your willpower so you can accomplish any task you choose. The Ascended Master, El Moria, brings you his particular blessing and encourages you to believe in your own strength and take the initiative on what matters most to you. What did I say earlier? It says, if you are confused about which path to take or whether to continue a certain relationship, course of action, or lifestyle choice, the first ray of power will clarify matters for you. When it moves through our lives, whatever is holding us back will be removed, either through circumstances seemingly beyond our control or by our own actions based on a sudden inner knowing. When the first ray of power is indicated, a long-term plan that was once important to you may suddenly seem as though it needs to change or even be released altogether. Or you may suddenly get the motivation to go for something you have been dreaming of for a long time. Once this ray affects your life, your understanding of what is helpful and what is not can change overnight. Okay? I'll continue to read it because it's more good information. The changes will feel very true, freeing, and helpful. Those people, dreams, and opportunities that remain in your life afterwards have survived the onslaught of divine will. This means that the universe is confirming that they are meant to be part of your journey at this time. Okay, so I didn't even look at the cards. I just literally turned them over and started reading them. I shuffled them earlier because I did the twin flame reading earlier as well. But I'm always going to do, going forward, a light workers session for all the light workers so they can understand, so we can get the information that we need. And sometimes when we're, in the 3D world, we get so consumed about what's going on that we neglect our spiritual side. We really have to nurture our spiritual side, make sure that part of us is doing well also, because it's gonna affect what's happening in the 3D. So spiritually we have to be ready and on point, just as we would in our 3D selves, if that makes sense. Okay, but as you can see, if you're drawn to this video, if you had questions about what you are, clearly it's coming out one by one. And all I have to do is ask the universe, ask divine, ask spirit. All right, show me the message for the light workers. Tell me what you want us to know to help us on our journey, to prepare us better for our journey. The next card that came out, 18, Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. So a lot of people, men, women, children, they're starting to see or starting to feel like something's really different with them, but they just can't put their finger on it. Ascension, I think that means rise, rise above or coming to or something like that, because you're ascending, you're rising, right? So what number was this? 18. 1 and 8, 9. Completion. I always like to, numbers are really significant. Okay. 18, Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. You have been growing spiritually and your consciousness is expanding. It is transforming your experience of the material world from something you must control or conquer into a living expression of the radiant divine. As your appreciation and love for the material world becomes more unconditional, so too does the light that can flow into your aura, chakras, and physical body. As you physically expand, you may need more rest, healing, and meditation than usual to integrate this increasing degree of light and consciousness it awakens within you. So there's your answer. And if you really want to know like what you are, or like whether you're indigo, crystal, rainbow, star seed, you know, you'll get the clues from the universe. All you have to do is ask. Pray, you ask, and you'll be shown. Just all you have to do is say, show me. And if you're mentally ready to take that information, emotionally ready to take that information, and you're not afraid, you can't ask for something in a fear-based, mentality or emotions, or the way you feel like, yeah, I want to know, but in your heart, you're fearful. It doesn't come that way. You have to honestly say, I want to know. And divine will show you everything. I ask for I normally don't do this with the oracle cards or even the romance angel cards, but with this situation, I ask for overall energy or the overall, information that's needed for us right now for the light workers. And I got 34, initiation by air. Okay. So let's dive into that. Okay, here we go. That's not right. That says hold your center. 24, initiation by air. Sorry, guys. I got it. Page 1 right there. Okay. Initiation by air. You have a strong and powerful mind. The mind can be a great asset. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength. As you to take your spiritual journey. It can also be a dark and destructive force, undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart, and keeping you trapped in fear. What was I just talking about? The mind developed without a living spiritual practice can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. How will you choose to use your mind power? And then it says, your mind can become more spacious and luminous if you practice emptying it on a regular basis. The radiant mind can be a mighty warrior against fear and despair, encouraging you with thoughts of optimism. When not given a chance to empty, however, the mind becomes overwhelmed with unprocessed information. Much of it will be fear-based programming perpetrated by mass media, which is invested in controlling others and manipulating them by fear. This initiation, which liberates and opens the mind, empowers advanced souls to free themselves from manipulation and control. As you enter into this initiation, you will feel the need to step back from what you have been taught and learn to question what you once held to be true. As you disengage from habitual mental patterns, you will begin to observe your thoughts rather than be swept up in them. Soon you will begin to experience yourself as the peaceful, steady light of love that you are in truth. Will the mind go through its motions? Yes. However, there is no need to be afraid of this. Let me see. One step at a time. Your spirit shall guide your mind back towards peace. You will change the way you relate to your own mind, becoming more empowered. Beautiful. Like I said, if you're called to this video or you're really interested in like the topics that I speak about, it's for a reason. I'm gonna always do my life path and my life purpose because it took a while for me to understand what my life path and purpose was. And how I was able to understand it is because I asked. I asked to be shown. And I didn't ask from a fear, you know, based place. I asked because I really wanted better for myself. And not only for myself, but for the world. And so what's crazy is, not even crazy, but what is beautiful is when I think of things, when I think of what I can do, you know, to better myself, I also ask, what can I do to better the world? You have to start with self first. You have to be the best version of yourself in order to lead and guide others. I'm not saying be a perfect Patty, but I'm just saying, like, be your true authentic self. And just like I told my friend, we were in Jamaica, and I was like, listen, I'm here for a mission. I'm here to do what I've been called to do, what I was sent here to do. I'm not gonna dress up in long white robes and like put on this like whole act to get clients, or, you know, for them to believe that I am what I am. That is not what this is about. We are a part of the new age, and I want to be my authentic true self. So if someone, for example, needs a reading or a healing session, I'm not going to show up in like robes and like, you know, have like all kind of like beads around me and stuff like that to make them feel like, oh yeah, this is like legit. I'm going to come as I am. I'm not going to walk around looking like, you know, I'm less fortunate so they can, or so, you know, people can be like, oh yeah, like she's the truth. Like, no, people have it so twisted. Just because you're on this spiritual journey, just because you're a light worker, just because you have spiritual gifts does not mean you don't get to enjoy the finer things in life. You work hard. If you want something, get it. Don't feel bad about it. I can be spiritual in Target, and I can be just as spiritual if I want to wear my Louis Vuitton bag. It's no difference. It's the things that I like. I have a specific taste. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, like you have to get rid of everything, like, and just be living on little, like, it just, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, that this is one reason why us light workers are here, and I say us because we are a collective. We're breaking down like this crap that, you know, individuals or people try to put on us, and like we're not a part of that era back, you know, back there. We're here and in the now, and we can't get the youth, or, you know, the millennials or Generation Z to listen to us. I'm a millennial. You're a millennial. If you're in your 30s, you're a millennial. All the way down to like before 2000, if you weren't born, you know, if you were born 2000 and, you know, previous, you're a millennial. If you're 2000 and up to right now, Generation Z. So at the end of the day, shine your light the way you want to shine your light, as long as it's pure, as long as it's genuine, as long as it's kind, as long as it's love. You don't have to worry about how people are going to perceive you. They're there for the message. They're not there for what you're wearing or what you're carrying or what you're driving. Your taste is your taste. You have the way you like to live. You have, you know, especially like I'm getting so feminine. It's like I'm just like so girly. That wasn't me 5 years ago, 6 years ago. You know, I'm coming into my like womanly, you know, stage now. And I'm going to be my true authentic self. So if I want to present myself a way that I can relate to Generation Z and the millennials, and even I have 60 and plus over watching my videos, I've seen the statistics. So I can be myself. I don't have to put on this whole like lights, camera, action, like let's go. Like, no, I'm gonna be my true authentic self. And if you meet me in person, I'll be my true authentic self. I'll make you laugh. I'll crack jokes. I'll, you know. And I tell people all the time, just because I'm spiritual, don't get it twisted. Like, you still have to let people know, like, this ain't that type of party, you know. But I just gotta be honest. Sorry, Spirit, okay. Spirit's like, hey, all right. So, with that being said, like, share. You can leave me a comment in the comment section if you resonate with the video. You know, this is for us. This is for we as a collective. Like, we are on a super, super special mission. And I'm all for it. Like, and I'm not letting anyone get in the way of that. I don't care. I'm going to be me. Okay? So all of my information is in the description box. Like I said, if you guys want to donate to the channel, I'm all for it. I really, really would love it. Because that money is basically going back to put towards the iPad Pro that I bought. So that's what it's for. I just bought it straight out, like nothing on credit or anything like that. And I just figured, like, hey, I'm just gonna run on it. I'm just gonna get my iPad so my viewers can be able to hear me without the fan making noise, etc. And I know, like, it's coming from a good place, so I know it'll be given back 10 times fold. Not worried about that. Even if it's no energy exchange, like, you can also subscribe to my channel. That's still an energy exchange. I'm grateful for that. You can write me a letter or via email, you know, asking me things. That's an energy exchange. That you showing me that you appreciate what I'm doing and what I have to offer and what I'm showing you from my gifts from spirit and divine is enough for me. So that's all I have for you guys. This is Chrissy the Crystal Indigo signing off. Love and light. Talk to you guys later.